In the late 1980s and throughout the 1990s, Blockbuster Video stood as an entertainment giant, dominating the home video rental industry. At its peak, the company had over 9,000 stores worldwide and was a household name synonymous with Friday night movie rentals. Yet by 2010, Blockbuster had declared bankruptcy, marking one of the most dramatic collapses in corporate history. The story of Blockbuster's rise and fall is a cautionary tale of success, innovation, complacency, and missed opportunities. The rise of Blockbuster, a new era of home entertainment. Blockbuster's journey began in 1985 when David Cook opened the first store in Dallas, Texas. Cook's vision was to create a streamlined video rental experience, capitalizing on the growing popularity of VHS tapes. Unlike its competitors, Blockbuster distinguished itself with a massive inventory, brightly lit stores, and a family-friendly environment. Instead of the cramped and cluttered stores that define the industry, Blockbuster introduced clean, organized aisles and a customer-centric approach. The company's innovative inventory management system, which utilized a computerized database, allowed Blockbuster to track rentals and restock high-demand titles efficiently. This technological edge gave it a competitive advantage, enabling rapid expansion. By 1987, Blockbuster had grown to over 100 stores, attracting the attention of investors and sparking a wave of acquisitions. Blockbuster's growth skyrocketed after it was purchased by Wayne Huizenga, the co-founder of Waste Management, in 1987. Under Huizenga's leadership, the company aggressively pursued expansion, opening new stores at an unprecedented pace and acquiring competitors. Blockbuster became a cultural phenomenon, and its iconic blue and yellow branding became a staple in neighborhoods across the United States and beyond. Business model that worked for a while. At the core of Blockbuster's success was its simple yet effective business model. Customers rented movies for a few days and returned them, generating steady revenue. Late fees contributed significantly to the company's profitability, accounting for up to 16% of its revenue at one point. With no significant competition in the early years, Blockbuster enjoyed near-monopolistic control over the video rental market. The company also invested in partnerships with major movie studios, securing exclusive rental rights for popular titles. This strategy ensured that Blockbuster had the latest blockbusters, hence the name, in stock, driving foot traffic and reinforcing customer loyalty. By the mid-1990s, Blockbuster was earning billions annually and had become the largest video rental chain in the world. Early signs of trouble, the rise of competitors, and changing technology. Despite its dominance, cracks in Blockbuster's foundation began to appear as early as the late 1990s. The emergence of new technologies, such as DVDs, presented a challenge to the company's VHS-centric model. While Blockbuster eventually adapted, it was slow to embrace the shift, allowing competitors like Netflix to gain traction in the emerging DVD by DMO market. Netflix, founded in 1997, offered a subscription-based model that allowed customers to rent DVDs without worrying about due dates or late fees. This was a stark contrast to Blockbuster's reliance on late fees, which had increasingly alienated customers. Netflix's approach was not only more convenient, but also better aligned with evolving consumer preferences. Around the same time, advancements in internet technology hinted at the potential for digital streaming. Though the infrastructure was not yet widespread, Blockbuster's leadership failed to recognize the long-term implications of these technological shifts, instead doubling down on its traditional brick-and-mortar model, the infamous missed opportunity. One of the most pivotal moments in Blockbuster's history occurred in 2000, when Netflix's co-founders, Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph, approached Blockbuster with an offer to sell their company for $50 million. At the time, Netflix was struggling to gain profitability and its future seemed uncertain. Blockbuster's leadership, confident in their market dominance, dismissed the offer, viewing Netflix as an insignificant competitor. This decision would go down as one of the biggest missed opportunities in business history. By the time Blockbuster realized the threat posed by Netflix, it was too late. Netflix had already established itself as a leader in the DVD by email market and was beginning to pivot towards streaming. The digital revolution and Blockbuster's decline. The early 2000s marked the beginning of a seismic shift in how people consumed entertainment. The advent of high-speed internet made digital streaming viable, and platforms like Netflix and Hulu capitalized on this emerging trend. Blockbuster, however, was slow to adapt. While the company launched its own DVD by email service in 2004 and experimented with online rentals, these efforts were reactive rather than proactive. Adding to its woes, Blockbuster faced mounting financial pressures. The company's aggressive expansion in the 1990s had left it heavily leveraged, and the rise of competitors like Redbox, which offered cheap DVD rentals via vending machines, further eroded its market share. Blockbuster's reliance on late fees also backfired, as customers increasingly turned to alternatives that didn't penalize them for missed deadlines. In 2007, Netflix launched its streaming service, marking the beginning of the end for Blockbuster. Streaming eliminated the need for physical rentals entirely, offering unparalleled convenience. Blockbuster's response, a subscription-based service and an attempt to compete with Netflix in streaming, came too late. The company's efforts were hampered by its outdated infrastructure, financial struggles, and inability to attract a new generation of customers. Mismanagement and strategic missteps. Beyond technological challenges, Blockbuster's downfall was exacerbated by mismanagement and poor strategic decisions. After being acquired by Viacom in 1994, the company became entangled in the parent company's broader corporate interests. Viacom used Blockbuster's cash flow to fund other ventures, leaving the video rental chain starved of resources needed to innovate and compete. In 2004, Blockbuster was spun off from Viacom and became an independent company again, but the damage had already been done. Leadership changes brought inconsistent strategies, with some executives advocating for a focus on digital transformation, while others prioritized short-term profitability. This lack of a cohesive vision hindered the company's ability to adapt to the rapidly changing market. The 2008 financial crisis dealt another blow to Blockbuster. As consumers tightened their budgets, they were less willing to pay for traditional rentals when cheaper alternatives like Netflix and Redbox were available. Blockbuster's debt burden and declining revenue left it unable to invest in the digital pivot that might have saved the company. Bankruptcy and legacy. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy, unable to compete with the likes of Netflix, Redbox, and the growing number of streaming platforms. By then, its store count had dwindled, and its iconic presence was reduced to a shadow of its former self. The company's assets were eventually sold to Dish Network, which attempted to keep the brand alive through a streaming service and franchise stores. However, these efforts failed to recapture the magic of Blockbuster's heyday. Today, only one Blockbuster store remains operational in Bend, Oregon, serving as a nostalgic reminder of a bygone era. The store has become a cultural landmark, attracting visitors from around the world who yearn for a taste of 1990s nostalgia. Lessons from Blockbuster's fall. The rise and fall of Blockbuster offers several key lessons for businesses. Adapt or perish. Blockbuster's inability to adapt to technological change was its greatest downfall. Companies must be proactive in identifying and embracing disruptive innovations to stay relevant. Customer centricity matters. Netflix's success was built on understanding and addressing consumer pain points, such as late fees and convenience. Blockbuster's reliance on outdated practices alienated its customer base. Complacency is dangerous. At its peak, Blockbuster was the undisputed leader in its industry, but this dominance bred complacency. The company underestimated emerging competitors and failed to recognize the changing landscape until it was too late. Leadership and vision are crucial. Blockbuster's lack of consistent leadership and strategic vision hindered its ability to adapt. In contrast, Netflix's clear focus on innovation and customer experience propelled it to success. The story of Blockbuster is both a nostalgic trip down memory lane and a sobering reminder of the importance of adaptability in business. Once a titan of the entertainment industry, Blockbuster failed to evolve with the times, allowing nimbler competitors like Netflix to redefine the market. While its legacy lives on in popular culture, Blockbuster's rise and fall serve as a powerful example of how even the most successful companies can falter when they fail to anticipate and respond to change.